There are some time when you feel like hell, right? You think like why all these things are happening, right? Why these things are happening with me only? Why God has chosen me only, right? To give all this pain and all. Then you realize after some time, some over a period of time, right? That why these all things were happening with you, right? Maybe we can sum up it like there are a lot of bad things happen with you before you get into a good zone, right? So in order to get into a good zone, I think God provided a lot of insecurities, a lot of experiences, bad experiences that ultimately teaches you to become the better version of yourself, right? So this is something which you always think about it, right? And then ultimately you will realize the why these things are happening, right? And yeah, I can see that whatever were happening, it was very bad, right? uh, it shouldn't have happened. It teaches you a lot of things in the other side of that, right? But it was too much pain that you carried throughout these years, right? And then you realize that okay, now enough is enough. Now I'm not going to deal with any kind of such kind of problems and all. I'm just gonna be normal, right? Normal like a neutron. Okay. Whatever will happen, I'll leave it to God, right? I'll do my work, right? I'll do all these normal things. I will not try to be forceful. I will not try to be uh, something else, right? I don't try to control anything because I cannot control, right? This all power given to Lord Krishna, right? We don't have any power. We are mere a puppet, right? So we don't have the power to control. When we think that we have the power to control, it shows our arrogance, right? And it shows our ego. And the you can say that this world doesn't work like that, right? You cannot control it. You cannot control anything. And if you want to control something, the biggest control is when you lose the control, right? So ultimately when you lose the control, you start to feel like that I'm gaining the control on something like that, so any kind of work, right? So this is what I think, right? Like biggest control is not that you want to control. Means if you think you can control, then you cannot control, right? But if you think that nothing is in your control, then ultimately there are a lot of things coming start to come in your control, right? You start to control, you feel like you are controlling, but somehow I think there is a God that is residing in yourself that is controlling everything, right? So ultimately you are igniting the uh, inner God in yourself, right? If you are like losing all the control, right? You are saying that okay, I'm not trying to gain any control. I surrender to you, right? So when you are losing your control, that is the moment when you are actually gaining the control, right? That is what I think. So real time when you are actually gaining the control, when you are liberating yourself, right? All from all these shackles of arrogance, right? All the shackles of ego. So when you are avoiding all these things, when you're living out, when you're liberating yourself, liberating your mind, cleaning your mind, and ultimately then you realize the power is coming back to you, right? So that is very important, right? That's what I wanted to say.